Hi, my name's Wanda, and I'm going to channel for you tonight. That means I allow love energy to pass through me. It turns into a message and becomes a energetic conversation with the people that are joined together in the group here. So if you're on the YouTube channel, welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom. And if you're on Facebook, welcome as well. So we're going to begin, and we have Jessica tonight who's going to play the singing bowl for us, and then I'll just step aside. Okay. Thank you, Jessica. We will begin for a moment with the bell ringer, but it is something for all of those concerned to consider. There is a certain emotional energy that exudes from you when you are nervous. This nervousness comes about in groups of humans, for you are often afraid of how they perceive you. You don't wish to be misperceived, and yet you will be. You all will be, because you are not as you appear. So you must be mistaken. You must be misperceived. For you are, the physical being that you set forth is a very small part of who you truly are. And yet you wish to be accepted by the others, so it creates anxiety in you, which creates an energy, a nervous energy, you would call it, that exudes from you, and it is carried through in your vibration. So it is important for you to understand that as you walk through the world and into the world with others, what it is you are bringing forth. When you bring nervous energy, you will have odd responses towards you, and you will think, I don't know why they are so, they appear so agitated or so angry or strong-willed. It is because you first came in with nervous energy and they responded to it. So you are a powerful, energetic being. All humans are. Most do not know it, but you do. So we would like to have a discussion with you concerning how you present yourself to others in public, energetically. Do you understand what we wish to speak about with you?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
So,
Yes.
So as you move forward in your acceptance of who you truly are, as you become more aware of who you truly are, that you are more than what you appear, that you are more than what you were yesterday, each of these things, as you become more aware of who you are, you automatically become more complete. And as you yourself become more complete energetically, you will all of a sudden notice a difference in the way you speak, the way you interact with others. You will speak in a more confident manner. What is it you wish to speak of? I will only have so much time to spend with you, and then I must move to the next thing. So this is a small example of, you call it self-esteem, but it is much more than that. It is becoming whole within yourself, which means understanding all parts of you. What you present is one very small part of you, but yet it's what they see first. What comes out of your mouth, another part of you. What you put forth energetically that they cannot see, but you can feel, another part of you. Who you are deep down inside, another very important part of you. For when you bring this part of you, this eternal part of you forward, all conversations are automatically made easier because you have a new perspective. The new perspective is, I'm just here for a short time anyway. I'll do the best I can, see what I can learn, see what I can remember, and move on. When you have conversations with other humans coming from this place, all of a sudden things are not so important. Things become easier, it is less important for you to be right. It's less important for you to make a point that they understand. It's less important for you to be understood. Because now you're moving forth with a knowing. What do you think of this conversation, bell ringer?
All of it makes sense. I'm not sure really what to say towards it, actually.
If you are able to accept the words and bring them into your space, they will internalize into you. As long as there is no resistance to the words or the information, which there does not seem to be. You have not put up resistance. You come forth in a receiving manner to hear the truth. You hear it and you take it. And eventually it will go inside it. We just wish to bring the importance of you. You are just one of many, many humans, but you are a human being who is seeking to be more, seeking to be understood. But you must understand that you move through the world energetically first. It is the energies there before you open your mouth. That's your responsibility. So when others respond to you in a certain way, you are deciding their response by the energy you put forth. And that's where your responsibility lies. That's where your wholeness, your oneness comes from. This knowing that you actually control your environment by your energy.
What you say is very true. I do feel like I'm absorbing what you're saying. And I'm slowly feeling myself change as you're speaking. But I also notice that as I'm applying forgiveness or other things in my life, that things kind of shift without me having to do anything else.
Yes, because you're doing it energetically.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like something will just, randomly happen after I've done my part. And it's just, just kind of proof that, but it's kind of almost unbelievable. It not unbelievable, but it's nice to see. It's just something that a lot of people, I guess, aren't aware of either. That's possible to do.
Yes, many do not understand how the energy, how they are in control of the energy. It is easier for many humans to believe they are victims of their life than to take responsibility by saying their energy comes first and people respond to it. That's very heavy for many humans, and they don't always like to do that. It's a different way of moving through the world. But those who are interested in this energetic exchange wish to live this way. So there are others here like you, but you are not, the whole of the world is not like that. But the others here are like that. So that's why we speak what you are able to comprehend and understand, that your energy changes your experiences.
Yes.
Let's just do namaste together.
Namaste.
So I have a question. I'm not sure exactly how to frame it, but something that you had mentioned was with respect to not all are alike or not. I don't know if I have the right words, but is there a message there around not everyone is of like-minded or of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just wondering if you can.
Yes, those who are attracted to this energetic, let's just go back to the very beginning. There are humans who cry out to know more about the truth that lies within them. When they cry out for this truth, you are all included, the universe responds and it finds the easiest way to you with your answer. This human being has volunteered to be used as a human voice box. So you are able in this instance to hear it verbally and see the human being also. And this sometimes is easier for certain people. Now, those who are experiencing this, it's easier for you. You have called this forth. So the first thing to understand is this is of your making, that you called out to receive this information and it is coming through for you, but it's what you asked for. So that's the first part. And that's again, starting with the empowering part of human beings. If you call out for truth, healing, whatever you call out for, it comes to you, but it's up to you to see it, receive it, find it, allow it in. That is those that are gathered here because you have called this forth. There are others who have not called this forth at all, not in the slightest. They have no interest in this sort of conversation or energetic exchange. This is who we refer to when we see the others. There are many others who say, why me? My life is terrible. Why me? Oh, well, they're not going to get this energetic exchange. They're going to get a different energetic exchange. And there are others who perhaps believe in very specific, have a very specific belief system where they're not allowed to leave the parameters of their belief system. They also cry out very specifically about who can answer and how the wording comes and all this. They receive different information. So when we speak of you, we are speaking of those interested in this vibration, that can hear it, that can feel it within, that are moved by it. There are others who will come across this vibration and not know, they will not know the language being spoken. They will not understand it as their native language. It will sound blah, 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 a bunch of nonsense. So there are those who cannot hear this because they have not called out for it. You have called out for it. That's why you can hear this. So when we differentiate between human groups, there are many, many different spokespeople, belief systems, and non-physical supporting, and they are asking for different things. You are specifically asking about the love vibration. You are specifically asking about how do I sense non-physical around me? Am I non-physical when I'm not in my living my life on the earth? You're asking the same questions, and because you ask the same questions, you're grouped together, and a way of getting the message to you is put forth, and you're able to hear it. It's not meh, 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 and it goes within you. That is why this gathering works for those who are here. So there are many, many others, and there's really no point in wondering who they are. The only interest here is that you, all of the humans that are here, called out in a similar way to the universe. That's why you are together. That's why you are joined as one, because you have the same goal in mind. And you know this, there are many times and places in your earth where groups come together with a common goal, and great energy is exuded from the group. Is this understandable to you?
It is, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think it was starting to come across because today I was running into a couple of people in conversations that I don't know if there's different goals out there or different groups where I'm listening and I'm trying to seek to understand, but I'm not as called as I am to what they're saying, if that makes sense. And then when I come here, it just seems to make sense and I want more. So I just wanted to learn a little bit more.
Yes, this vibration is clear to you. When you are listening to others, you're not getting it all. You're getting blah, 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 a word. Blah, 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 a word. So you're half getting their information. That is what happens to others who hear this. You hear this clearly, very clearly. It goes inside of you where others cannot. So you cannot fit everywhere either. You are the same. All humans are the same. You fit with certain groups who are energetically similar to you and have the same interests and goals in mind. And this goes beyond just a book club and you're reading the same book. We're not talking about that. We're talking about some deeper knowing that you understand when you're not here, you're non-physical and you are one. And now you're trying to recreate it with physical bodies. So you have the similar goal. You all wish to know how to allow love energy to pass through you to others and make a difference in the world where you're living. You have this common goal. And that's why you understand this message. That's why you hear everything here clearly and you don't with the others. And that is why it's important to keep a group of similar folks who hear the same as you. Because if you are alone trying to hear a message, you start to think there's something wrong with me because I can hear this and the other people can't. So when you are in a group like this, you all say, I can hear it, I can hear it, I can hear it. And you can ease into the experience and you can be one together. For as you ease up on your human mind and ideas and conversations with other humans, you become pure energy, less resistance, and you become one as a group. You become one whole and you're duplicating the experience that you have when you're non-physical. That's good for you?
Yeah, thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Evening, Erin. Just to add to those comments, I've noticed that when I listen to the recordings again later on, I get different aspects of understanding from it that I didn't get the first time, or even when I listen to the questions, the frame of reference that I would ask a question has changed over time. And then I've been interpreted quite differently, or even listening to it, I get different information from it. So that was an interesting observation.
Let us give you something else to think about. You are evolving. And as you evolve, you're able to hear and absorb more clearly information that you could not receive at the initial time. As you evolve, more becomes part of you. You become easier, you become less you and more the group. And the group is love energy. So you become less you and more love energy. And that's why you can receive information at a later time more easily, because you have surrendered to an inner knowing. We never say you surrender to truth or someone else's idea. That is incorrect. You know what you know. It's buried within you. And there are times like this where it can be exposed and you will speak and know your own truth. Not a truth that anyone else tells you, but something that lies deep within you. And when you hear it again later, you say, that is absolutely true. I don't know why, but I believe it. So this is partly you evolving into I hesitate to use the word spiritual, but it's easiest word for you to understand. As you become more spiritual and less human, you can understand the words and they sink right into your very being. So give yourself some credit with this too, that you are evolving also.
Thank you. Now, does that evolving come from the being in the presence of the energy, or is that just a natural process that's occurring, that just like aging?
Oh no. Do you want you? That is ridiculous for you to even say such a thing. For you know some very old humans who are very unhappy, and you know some very young humans who are very delighted with their experience. So that is absolutely not true at all. You don't become more wise as you spend time on earth. Sometimes you get less wise. But in this instance, it has to do with your favorite word, surrendering. It's not your favorite word. We just said that. Surrendering and letting go to something larger than you. As you let go more and more of your ideas and your physical self, what is left is your energy, your love energy. And that's the same between all of you. So as you let go, let go, let go, you wonder what's left now. And you look, and there it is, love energy. That's what's left. And that's why information is received more easily in, because you've let go of some ideas, some knowings, some ideas that others told you, some rules that you heard. As you let go more and more and more, you become less human and more love energy.
And you've mentioned in past recordings, past sessions we've done, that that is affecting, that a change is happening at a DNA level as well. So there's a physical aspect to that.
Yes. Yes, because yes, definitely, because you're disappearing. That's at a different, deeper level. But you are disappearing as a human being. Your ideas, the notions that you came into the world with, the way that your muscle memory, all of these things, these are all, when you let them go, there's more space inside for love energy. So there's less of you physically.
What can that potentially manifest to become? When you say you're disappearing, would you just turn into pure energy?
You will not do that until you have finished with your time there. You can do as much as you can do in your physical time, but you cannot be pure love energy until you decide to leave.
Very good.
That's good for you.
That's good. Thank you. It's wonderful.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, Erin.
Hello.
When you were talking about becoming less human and more love energy, do you mean that love energy isn't part of the human experience? Like it's separate to the human experience?
We'll be as precise as you can understand with this. Before you were in your physical form, as it looks at this moment, you were love energy. So love energy has a separate existence. Your physical being does not have a separate existence, for it ends each time you leave it. So your love energy is eternal. Your physical being is for a short time. And for a while in the middle, they come together. The love energy brings life to the physical form. When it leaves, the physical form is completed. It is extinguished. It does not have life force within it any longer. So your energetic self, your love self can exist and does through all eternity. A physical being has a short relationship with it when they decide to come together to have an experience. When they come together to have an experience, the physical part decides how much of the energetic part is allowed to live during this lifetime. Because it's the turn of the physical self to have its time. It has a short time, it gets to decide. So as much as you are all love energy within, you don't all talk about it, you don't all acknowledge it, but yet it keeps you alive. So For certain humans, the physical being says, we will not be discussing this during this lifetime. Others will say, we will let it out as much as possible during this lifetime. Others will say, we don't really know. We'll play around with it. We'll see if we want to, when we want to, what we feel like. So the physical being exists for a short time, but it gets to run the show, even though it's a little baby. Now, you might think this is ridiculous. Why let the baby run the show instead of the eternal being? Why? We're asking you, we're not going to ask you this question, but really, that's the next logical conclusion. Why let the baby run the show? Because you'll come into physical being for that exact experience. To see what it's like. What's it like if the baby runs the show? What's it like if we're out of touch with our eternal selves and the universal energy and all knowledge from all mankind? What happens then? We don't know. Let's go try. Let's go give it a try. Why don't we? Then your playful self comes into physical and you have some sort of experience. So in a way, we've answered your question, and not at all, but we've answered other questions that were tied in with it, because really you have a very curious mind about what it's like when you're not here. And you can't really know that. You can't know it at all, really, until you're not here any longer. So your physical experience gets to run the show during this lifetime. What do you think of that idea? Ridiculous.
That actually makes sense.
But ridiculous nonetheless.
Thank you.
Let us do namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
The one thing that I understood was saying about, for me, listening to Wayne Dyer this last month or last week, because like you were saying, you hear blah, 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 and then some words, but I think where now, I'm not sure if I'm asking a question or what, but I'm hearing what you're saying about the love energy with Wayne Dyer. So how do you go from try to be more of the love energy than being in the physical? Because I'm seeing a shift right now in myself.
Let us point out something important here. You have been playing with energy.
Yes.
You have been playing with the energy that is contained here. It has been noticed. That means you're doing something right. All right? It means that, yes, you are mastering your skills of energy. Now, from that, we wish to acknowledge that, because you have been bringing the group together energetically, and you are practicing or honing a certain skill set that you wish to use. And this is a perfect scenario, a certain gathering to try it out in. And we wish you to know that we have noticed this. Now, as far as this uncovering or allowing more of your spiritual being, the first thing to remember is that it's your natural state.
Yes.
So therefore, you're really in a spiritual state as much as you wish to be. And
Yes.
as much as you wish to be. Then your physical self says, hey, we want to talk about something important, some rule or something. Then you can notice this. You can say, oh, gee, my physical self wants some attention now. It wants to take some of the life. And that's fair, because you're having a physical life.
Yes.
All right? Now that's fair. It's fair for them to worry and complain or make decisions and arguments, all of that, because they're in this lifetime with you. The other part of it, this energetic self, You will only allow as much out as your physical being allows. All right. Now we have been discussing this around and around here. So energetically, you must have a conversation and an amicable relationship with your physical self. You acknowledge it. Say, oh, hey, what's going on with you? Oh, hey, are we going to fight all day, or can we go pick some flowers? Whatever it is, acknowledge the physical self, and it will become smaller. Just acknowledge it. Just say, oh, all right. You want a few minutes? All right. What do you want for a few minutes? And then after that, we'll do what I want. Give it some attention. You want to skip around, and just skip, and then to say, okay, that's enough. We don't want to do that anymore. And then you'll have some space all of a sudden. You'll say, hey, all of a sudden, there's some sort of emptiness, some sort of space has been created. And it's only by noticing and giving attention to your physical self. It's a miracle, really. Try it and you will enjoy doing this. So as you notice the thoughts, just catch them. Eventually, sometimes it'll go for a long, long time before you notice, hey, I've been thinking about one thing over and over for a long, long time, and I haven't been doing anything else. You'll notice. And then the next time you'll notice a little sooner. So as this thinking goes on, you will also come to understand, with thinking in a loop, I must cut the green grass, I must cut the green grass, I must cut the green grass, I must cut all of this. You start to notice, hey, I didn't do anything else. I had the same looping conversation over and over. Why is that? Because my physical self wants me to notice. All right. Oh, the grass is green. I love the green grass. It's so soft. Is that good? Oh, that's good. Much quicker. It just wants to be acknowledged. And remember, as we have said, this is your physical life's time. It's the time for your physical self. You're not completely spiritual or energy, love energy, until you leave here. So now you have to cohabitate. Okay, so now you're going to cohabitate with your physical self by giving it some attention. You're going to play with energy every chance you get because that's your interest. You're going to try to see, I wonder if I can make that human go like this on the chin, stare at them long enough and think about it. That's your natural curiosity. You play with energy and you treat it lightly because you're not afraid of it. Now, this is important to notice as well. There's nothing to fear from energy because you are energy. There's nothing to fear of it because it's what you're made of. Now, this is not really for your benefit. This is for the benefit of others. You already know this. But it's important to understand there's nothing to fear by playing around with, I wonder if I can get them to lean over. I wonder if I can get them to turn this way. I wonder. You're playing with energy lightly because you're an energetic being and you're not afraid of it. Now that might be as spiritual, and again, we hate this word, but we're going to use it because you understand it. That might be as spiritual as you get in this lifetime. You get to play with energy when other people don't. They don't know what it is. They don't know where to find it, and they're certainly afraid of it. So that might be all you've got, and that is a lot. It's not a little thing to play with energy. You understand this?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So it's not a small thing that you have already moved through, and you'll practice with it and do more and more things because it's fun for you. But that might be as big as you are spiritually. That's good enough for right now.
Yes.
More than good enough for right now. That's a miracle. It's a miracle that you have found yourself in a place of peaceful love energy while you're in your physical form. Because most people wrestle with their whole lives, fighting with others and breaking rules and making rules. What do you think about this?
Yes, there's been a shift in this last since our last reading or this last Zoom. Just even being in the call, everything shifted in this last, I think, 3 weeks. So, and being more into acknowledging the physical and like
Yes.
and being able to express myself and not beat myself up.
Yes. Yes. That is breaking a long pattern. And
Yes.
that's loving yourself, even when you're in the hamster wheel, the grass is green, the grass is green, the grass is green, the grass is green. Even when you're in there, you can love it. Oh, you're still talking about the grass. Oh, well, then we must go put our feet in it, shall we? We can be easy and love that also.
Yes.
The change for you will come on the inside as you heal yourself. As you heal yourself, the love energy will flow through you more easily. When you put love as your salve, as your treatment or your ointment on your burns.
Okay.
You
Yes.
are a lovely creature. We will tell you this.
Thank you.
Let us do namaste.
Namaste.
Are there others who wish to speak?
Here, just I guess take it. Hi there.
Hello.
Very nice to meet you. My thoughts are, technically, what are your thoughts on the current state of our world? And do you believe that human beings can get through it, or will we be extinguished? Two-parter. Do you believe love is the ultimate end to our beings, or the ultimate goal, or the end all be all? Yeah, and by the way, my name is Yasmin.
That is not your true name. You have a title for when you are in your human form during this time. So we will speak on a broader term, because what you are truly wondering is, you have answered your question in a very complete and lovely way. Love is all there is, because the rest of it is just a human experience during this time. So each time you come into human form, you do something. Oh, you do many things. Perhaps you have a long-term goal, a short-term goal, you make a mess of things, you may have a lovely time, you don't want it, you want it, all of this. So each human experience is different, but the thing that's the same is the love energy. This is the word we use for the universe of love, which is where you are when you're not having a physical life right now on the earth. You're in this place, and we call it the universe of love. Then you become energy. Love energy is your best word. So you become love energy. Now, when you go to the universe of love, you're not going there yourself. You're going there with all the others, and you become one. So even though you are individual for this moment, you are also one through eternity. Now, this is the thing that is difficult for humans to understand, because as you have a physical experience, you're very self-centered. You think that this life's very important. I'm the most important thing. I'm the only one here. People come, people go. It's me again. I'm always here. Me, 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 me. And that's the way it has to be during a physical time. So when you're having a me, me time, when you're done, you have a we time. That sounds ridiculous, but that's what came out of it. So when you are working as we, as a group, things are easy for you. You decide together. You know all things. You have certain emotional exchanges, and it is dispersed among all of you. You don't carry the weight yourself. You don't have your own experience any longer. So when you come into physical form, there are two parts of you. How do they live together? We have been having this conversation. How do two parts of you come together during your physical time? Now you have heard about love. Now, this word is used in many different ways, but it's the easiest, it's the most exact word that can be found in the vocabulary to use. You have now changed by being part of this energetic exchange, and all that you have asked, you already know. And you already know the answers to your questions, of course. You already know love is the answer to everything. You already know you're going to leave any minute, and so are the others, so who cares? All right? Now, we don't say that very easily because humans don't like to hear that, but it's the truth of it. You're all here for a moment and gone the next. So while you're here, the question is, how much can you remember? How much can you remember about love? The more you remember, the more you act in love, the more you allow love energy to pass through you for others to see, and then they might remember. This is how it works. As you remember, others see it within you and they wonder if they can do it as well. And then someone sees them and they wonder if they can do it. This is how your world is healed, one by one by one, allowing love energy to come through you. And that is done by remembering about the love energy, because that's what exists within you to keep you alive. The love energy exists within you. Love energy is all around you, and non-physical are always around you because they are love energy. They don't really go anywhere. They don't go very far. So your experience on earth is just as you wish it to be. But now you have asked during this energetic exchange, you have not asked, you have revealed to everyone what you know. So now they know as well. Love is all there is. You're starting to remember this. And when others see it in you, they will remember too.
Thank you very much. That was a very nice, a very lovely answer. Thank you.
You want to stay together?
Namaste.
Awesome. Are there others who wish to speak? Are we complete?
Yes.
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 We will conclude our time together with the ringing of the notes. Please. We like this word. It's a nice word.